I'm going to take you through why I garden, and this is Missouri Botanical Garden. This is one of my favorite places, so sit back and enjoy the video. Hi garden friends, this is RB the Garden Nanny. I am coming to you today because I am going to be doing the questions that our friend Monica Katie had sent me questions a few weeks ago to answer. I believe this is something that's going around, but I told her yes, I would answer these questions because anytime there's questions about gardening, I'm all for it. So let's get started. Okay, the first question is this: did you have a garden growing up? No, I was not into gardening at all. When I was growing up, it was just playing and probably playing in a garden, but I never noticed or remember noticing anything about the flowers or vegetables. I didn't have anybody teaching me those things. Oh, I do take that back. My grandmother, she had a wonderful garden, but I didn't go over there an awful lot, so I can't say if I remember if I was taught by her those types of things. Number 2, where was your first garden? What did you grow? The first garden for me was at my first home, and what I grew was mainly annuals. And at the time, I did not know they were called annuals. It's just, you know, the start of the season, you go out, you start seeing these beautiful plants, and you just, oh, I want this, 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 this. So that's basically what it was. I just picked random plants, put it in my yard. I did not know how to keep them alive. So, of course, they all died, and they just sat out there dead. That's how it went for me. Number 3, who taught you to garden? I am self-taught. I can say that when we moved into our second home, there's a little Japanese lady that lives across the street. And when we moved in, she was an inspiration to me. She had beautiful shrubs. I don't really remember seeing a lot of annuals. She had things that just came up every year that were so pretty in color, and they were just shrubs. Anyway, my neighbor was the lady who just inspired me to grow and have a desire to make my yard pretty. Number 4, why do you garden? I garden because it's beautiful. It's nature. It gets me outside. It gets me my vitamin D. It just makes my property beautiful. It brings a smile on other people's face. Last year, I was given the Beautiful Home Award because I'm sure of the flowers. There's nothing, I mean, my home is nice, but it's not, you know, this structure that's huge and big and beautiful and all that. It's just a little small home. But the flowers, I believe, just brings out something in a property. The flowers, it just brings it out. And I do it just because also it's therapeutic. It makes me feel good. It just brings a smile to my face, and it's just, as you can tell, a passion of mine. Number 5, when did you plant your current garden? I've been here, it's going to be 20 years this May, and I would have to say it's been a long time. If I had to put a date to it, I would to be like 2015. I'm not sure exactly of the date, but it's been a long time. Number 6, how do you decide what you are going to grow? Well, at this point, I decide based on space. I currently don't have a lot of space left. If it was up to me, I would have no grass, but I am married and my husband likes grass. I'm the one that cuts it, but that's another story. If it was up to me, it would just be flowers all over the place, shrubs all over the place, trees all over the place. But like I said, it all depends now on space. So I usually have to take something out to put something in. I do try to leave areas like for annuals. I have some areas where I know daffodils and stuff like that is placed. So I just have to be careful where I put things, and then I just go from there. I pick things based on that. One of the gardening tools that I can't live without, it's not necessarily a tool, but it's something that I use in the garden, and that is this. That is this. It is a, let me turn around the English, I guess the other side was Spanish. Earth Edge The Pad. This is a 15-inch by 20-inch kneeling pad, and as you can see, you can use it just in all different types of ways. He's fixing a car, she's doing gardening, he's sitting fishing, she's mopping the floor. This is a lifesaver for my knees. Like I said in another video that I answered questions, I'm 55. So at 55, you don't want to be on your knees without something like this. This is a must for me, so that's one of the tools. Very comfortable. I could be outside on my knees for a very long period of time with something like that. Another thing is I have to have my gardening hat. I will link that video in the description box. It is a hat that has a net around the entire hat, and that thing is the bomb, because in my zone 6 in my area, gnats, whatever flying insects, They will be in your ears, in your nose, in your mouth, in our humid weather. And I can't get any work done. That's what I do for a living. I am a garden nanny. I help people with their gardens. And if those things are all in my face and all, I'm constantly doing this and trying to, I cannot do that. So that gardening hat is something that I need to have an Amazon thing where I can link things up on my favorite types of things for the garden, but I will link that in the description. And another thing, of course, is pruners. I just finally purchased a Felco number 2 pruners, and I've had many pruners, and a lot of them are not the best. Some are pretty good, but I've found that the Felcos are really, really good. They do exactly what a lot of people have said. They're really good, handy in the garden. I also have a Felco saw that I use to cut thicker branches. So yes, those are 3 things. I'm just going to stop there with that because I could go on and on with the tools. Number 9, what elements are part of your dream garden? Vegetables, fruits, flowers, structures, animals like chickens, or special areas. As far as dream garden, my dream garden is what I'm making right now. And that's taking out the old, out with the old, in with the new, that's my saying. And putting in things that I love. I try to take up things that it's not giving me joy. So if there is something in my garden that is not doing it for me, I have very little real estate when it comes to where I can put things, and so I really need to take up those things that are not bringing me joy. And I did that last year. I added a plant, and I'll put the picture up for you to see what I added, and it just brought me so much joy because I love things that will thrive, and I don't have to do a lot of work to get it there. And of course, I do fertilize my stuff in the beginning of the season, in the spring. But after that, I don't expect to do a lot of deadheading, pruning, and all that kind of stuff throughout the growing season. Now, you know, there's times and there's places for that. But another plant, I'm gonna show that one as well and put the name up. This one was a plant that just blew my mind because it came as a little four-inch plant, and by the end of the season this thing was taller than I am. And it just took off, and this was the first season of it, and for it to just spring up like that, and it's a perennial. I want a lot of my plants to be perennials. That means they come back. And so this thing just shocked me because it just took off. So yeah, that is the questions that Monica Katie, thank you for thinking of me when you do these videos. I am always game when it comes to answering these gardening type questions, because that's how we get to know each other. Okay, I think I am going to pass on these questions to James Kelly. He is in a group that I run. It's called YouTube Gardeners. I am the moderator, or whatever you want to call it, in that. I started that group. And so if you're interested in joining, I will put that link in the description. We talk all about YouTube channels that are gardening related. And what we do is we talk about our channel. We talk about the videos that we uploaded to YouTube. And we look at each other's videos, we encourage each other, we talk about things that we're trying to learn. There are seasoned YouTubers in this Facebook group, and then there are those who are new. I started my YouTube channel in the beginning of last year, 2020, January, just say January. And so YouTube was very new to me. I had a lot of questions, and I felt like I can't be the only one that feels this way. So that's how the YouTube gardening group began. So like I say, if you're interested, I will post that at the bottom. But I will give this challenge for these questions for James Kelly, and I will put his link so you can check him out. He is fantastic, has a lot of awesome videos, gardening related. I will also give this challenge over to Eva, and I do not know how to pronounce the last name. I apologize. I will put that on the screen. And yeah, Eva, if you would be so kind, and if you have time to put this on your list if you don't have time, and if you do find time, it'd be great to answer these questions. So I will give that to Eva. And one more person, I'm going to also give this challenge to Niall. I don't know if I'm Niall, N-I-A-L-L. I will put his name on the screen. And you can check out all of these YouTubers. They are awesome. They have great gardens. If I haven't said your YouTube channel or your name or whatever, feel free to jump aboard and go ahead and do the questions and send it out there. People would love, I know I would love to get to know people more in my groups this way, and just any gardener. I just love doing this these types of things. So there you have it. Thanks again, Monica, Katie, for selecting me to do this challenge, and I will see you in the next video.